Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming to this session. And let me introduce myself first. And my name is Yuqi Gu from Arm. And I'm also the assignee engineer working in Linaro LDCG team. And today, in this session, I will talk about how to lift the elephant with Arm. Okay? You know, in the big data technology area, and elephant is the icon of Hadoop. So actually, you know, and today I will talk about how to lift the Hadoop with Arm. Okay, and okay, so how to lift them on Arm service, and you know, with the increasing demand for the big data technologies like Hadoop, we have seen the massive usage of the data analysis, which brings the huge clusters in place. So how to lift them and how to manage them, you know, becomes a challenging task. And you know, fortunately, we have the Ambari and the Bigtop. Ambari and the Bigtop are the, you know, the Apache software foundation projects. You know, the combination of the Ambari and the Bigtop is the, you know, the perfect way to lift the big data on Arm service. Okay, you know, collaboration with the LDCG team, we contribute much to Ambari Bigtop, and we make Bigtop officially support Arm64, and we also validated the Ambari on Arm service. And with adopting this full support Bigtop, we implement a new Bigtop Ambari Mpack, you know, to make it easier to deploy and manage Hadoop cluster on Arm servers. So, this is the agenda. In the following 20 minutes, I will firstly to briefly introduce the Ambari and Ambari Mpack, and the next I will also give an overview of Bigtop, and then I will give an in-depth perspective to our new Bigtop Mpack definition, and then we would like to show what we have done and the future work, and the last demo will showcase the process of the deployment of the Hadoop on Arm servers by leveraging this new Bigtop Mpack definitions. Okay, first, what's the Ambari? And Ambari is the open source central management platform for provisioning, managing, and monitoring, securing the Hadoop clusters. This Ambari is the project set targeted to make the management and the deployment cluster for, you know, for the developers and the administrators. So Ambari simplified the installations, configurations, and the management. So Ambari can easily and efficiently to create or manage or monitor a cluster at a scale, you know. And Ambari also centralized the security setup. And Ambari, you know, reduce the complexities to administer and manage, you know, a cluster security across, you know, the entire platform. And we can also easily to bring some third-party services into Ambari, so it's highly extensible and it's customizable. So you can customize the Ambari view, so you can change the icons. Okay. Okay, it's the Ambari architectures, you know, and Ambari supports all the major Hadoop related, you know, components like the HDFS, MapReduce, and the Zookeeper and Spark. So the Ambari can manage a large and complex distributed systems by simply accessing the Ambari Web UI. And Ambari Web UI, you know, interact with the Ambari core, Ambari server by the RESTful API. And the Ambari core will orchestrate, the services on Ambari agents. And these services come from the Ambari Stack. Ambari Stack is the core component in Ambari server. So, before we introduce what's the Ambari Mpack, we should take a look at what's the Ambari Stack. Okay, Ambari Stacks, defines a set of services and also defines the repos to where we can obtain this software package for those services. And this stacks also defines some command scripts. This command scripts is the service life cycle and command scripts like service starting, service integrations, service stopping. And the service is the components like just of the HDFS and the MapReduce and the Zookeeper like this. And but the Ambari Stack has some limitations, and the stack definitions are bundled within the Ambari core. So if we want to upgrade the Ambari Stack, or we want to add some service in it, we are enforced to do the whole Ambari release. So this is not convenient for user to release a separate stack artifacts. And also there's no release vehicles that can be used to ship on the add-on services into Ambari. And so it's the management packets. So also called Ambari Mpacks addresses these issues by decoupling the stack definition and the stack management from the Ambari core. And so the Mpacks is the high-level design can bond the multiple stack definitions and the views and add-on service together. And the Mpacks will improve the release management, and so it is allow the stack definition to be deploy time artifact, not the compile time. Also, Mpacks also provide a release vehicle for the third-party service like views, and this is convenient for users to select the different the Mpacks according to their use case scenario. Okay, it's the simple overview of the Ambari and the Ambari Mpacks. And the next, let's know about what's the Bigtop. Bigtop is the Apache project for infrastructure engineers and the data scientists who is looking for testing and packaging and the configuration of the open source big data components. And now the Bigtop packages the Hadoop ecosystem to RPMs and Debians artifacts. And now it supports over SAN25 Hadoop ecosystem components. And this is the Bigtop, the future snapshot. And Bigtop is a total solution to build the big data stacks. And the Bigtop packages the Hadoop RPMs and the Debian artifacts so that you can manage, maintain, and deploy your own Hadoop cluster. And for the virtualization, Bigtop provides the background recipes and also provide the raw images and the Docker recipes, and to help the user to deploy whole Hadoop ecosystem from zero. And the last, the testing. Testing is absolutely important. And Bigtop also provide integrated smoke test framework, alongside a suite of over 50 test files for users. Now, Bigtop is perfectly used on ARM64. Okay, it's the progress for the Bigtop on ARM64. In 2017 November, we there's a lot of the ARM64 patches are merged into the Bigtop with the release 1.2.1. And in 2018 March, and ARM64 CI nodes are added to Bigtop. And finally, in the 2018 November, ARM64 was officially supported by the Bigtop with the release 1.3. And in this year, April, and ARM64 smoke test CI matrix go online with the release 1.4.0. Okay, and by using this full ARM support Bigtop, we design a new Bigtop Ambari Mpacks, and this Mpacks will help to support the effective use of the Hadoop ecosystem for ARM users. Okay, it's our Bigtop new Bigtop Mpack definitions, and this Bigtop Mpack targets to address the complete needs of the running big data on ARM64, and also provide the data at rest, power real-time customer applications, and accelerate the decision making on ARM64. We also design a new software stack in this Mpack, and with including the services like HDFS, Yarn, and Hive, Zookeeper, and MapReduce, and also the Ambari matrix. And these are the essential components for our Mpack. In the future, we'll add more services to this Mpack. Okay, it's our Bigtop Mpack process overview. It also shows the interaction between the Ambari Web UI and the Ambari core. The Mpack manager will get the command from the Ambari web, and it select our Bigtop Mpack, and this Mpack will trigger the stack manager to pick up the specific the stakes to deploy several services on the Ambari engine. And and Ambari web will get some lifecycle information from the stack managers. And these services we deploy on Ambari engine came from the Mpack packages repo. We adapted the Bigtop release 1.4.0 as this our new Mpack repos. Okay, it's the Bigtop, the stack snapshot, and this Bigtop stack repo supports several distros like Ubuntu, CentOS, Fedora, and Debian. And the service is here, listed here, is mentioned in the previous slides. Okay, and this slide shows the Bigtop Mpack files structure. It consists mainly of two parts, and one part is the hawk scripts. It's the hawk scripts and they are the services lifecycle commands scripts, just like a service starting, stopping, and the status installation. Also, it will do some system initialization and some, the environment configurations. And the other part is about service definitions. And if everything is okay, the users can directly and can easily to select the service they want, easily and directly by Ambari Web UI, just like this picture shows. Okay, at last it's about our Bigtop Mpack big picture, and our this Mpack makes the Hadoop ecosystem deployment and the management simpler on ARM64 servers, and it also is extensively extendable and has the option to customize any service you want. From now, there are some essential components we have defined in this new Mpack. And we plan to add more services in this pack. So our target is to provide, the full ARM support, the big data, and deployment and the management tools for the ARM users, and okay, it shows what we have done, and just for Bigtop. We roll out the Bigtop 1.3.0 release, and it makes the ARM officially the first-class citizen with the full ARM support from the most advanced big data stack to the date. And we also contribute much code and to make it happen. And the rated and the Jira tickets and the patches are listed here. And for Ambari, we propose RFC for adding the Bigtop management packs. And we also post the patch to Bigtop Mpack definitions on Ambari community. And if you are interested in it and you want to get involved in it, and any comments and any contribution to these futures will be welcome and appreciated. Okay, it's about our future work, and first we will add more service in this Mpack, and then the second we will upgrade the Ambari dependency from 2.6.1 to 2.7.3, and at the last we will try to make Bigtop support to officially release separate the Bigtop Mpack artifacts, and the users can easily pick up the Bigtop Mpack to deploy the Hadoop ecosystems on ARM servers. They can also to switch to another, the Mpacks according to their user case scenario. Okay, this demo will show deployment or the Hadoop deployment by leveraging this new Mpack. Okay. We have, start the Ambari service and Ambari server and Ambari agent behind, and we also installed our Mpack to this Ambari server. Let's name our cluster. Okay, it's the way just defined software stack here. It's the services, it's the Ambari Matrix, HDFS, Hive, Yarn, and Zookeeper. And we also use the public repos, and we adapted the CentOS 7 to this demo. And okay, this is to set to our two Ambari engines. We performed manual registration. This host is restoring, and this is success. And now, the hosts are being, checked for some potential problems. There may be the repo issues, there be package issues, there be, firewall issues, maybe user issues. It will take about 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Okay. It will take time. I think it's 1 minute enough. Okay, everything is okay. We can see the check result here. It will check all of these things. And the next. Okay, for saving the time, we just deployed the zookeeper and HDFS here. And if you are interested, we will show you in offline. Yes, it is set. You can directly and easily to set a name node, a secondary name node, and zookeeper server here. And also set the data node. And the client, we just to use default configuration here. Okay, we can customize the service here, HDFS and zookeeper configuration. Wait a minute, okay, this deploy, this components. Yes, just waiting to install.